Go, oh my God, this person doesn't like me. Oh, I'm going to stop my life. I'm going to stop my life because these people don't like me. That, man. Like, listen to yourself. I don't know if I should do it because they told me I can't do it. What? What are your thoughts? What do you think about it? Like, how do you feel? What's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody around the world? How you doing? Welcome to another episode on the Luke Mind Power Podcast. A blessing to be alive. Super excited to be here with you all again, wherever you are. Whatever you're doing, man, you know what it's all about. It's all about consistency, momentum, continuously taking action, moving forward in your life, and making the most of the present moment, making the most of every day that we have, because this is all there is. And, you know, I think that it's very, very easy to go, nah, it's fine, I'll do it tomorrow. Nah, it's fine, I've got a long time to do things and all this kind of shit. And sometimes time flies so quickly that we don't get to where we want to be, or we don't feel the way we want to feel. And then all of a sudden one day we wake up and it's 10 years, 20 years have gone by. Just a quick reminder to live in the present moment, to be grateful for your life, to be present, not lost in the past or the future. Just get lost here in this moment and savor this time as you obviously are listening to the Luke Mind Power Podcast, and allow me to program your mind in a positive way, because that's really what you're doing, right? If you're tuning into this podcast episode, you're basically listening to my voice. You're watching me on YouTube or Spotify or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you share this with your friends, share this on your platforms, and change more people's lives, because that's what this podcast is all about, right? And you're basically saying, yes, I find this quite valuable. I like what Luke talks about. I like his energy, or I love his energy, or love what he stands for, love how he speaks. And basically you're giving yourself permission to allow me to get in your head. One thing that Tony Robbins says is, if you stay in your head, you're dead. And what we mean by that is your self-doubt, your negative thinking, your procrastination, the reason why you can't live your best life, the reason why you think you're not good enough is a lot of the times, or maybe your self-doubt or insecurities about yourself, basically stops you from taking any sort of action. And so if you don't express and release, let's have a build-up of bullshit in your head, right? But I just wanted to give you guys a quick announcement as well. Obviously, we got Unlock Your Greatness coming up, 2nd of November, 2024, 2nd of November, London, live conference, Unlock Your Greatness. Get your tickets. Go to my website, lukemindpower.com/LMP, or you can click the link in the description below. Get your tickets, virtual live stream tickets available as well. Get the link, which is in my profile on Instagram, TikTok, all my social media platforms. You cannot not find the tickets. They're there. Click the link in my profiles on my social media platforms and get your tickets. I want to see you guys either virtually or live in person in London on the 2nd of November. I get so many people messaging, when are you coming to the UK? When are you coming to London? I'm like, man, come to the event. You know, I want to meet you in person. Come to the event. That's where we're going to be. So it's going to be pretty amazing, and I can't wait to dance with you guys and help you guys to transform your life. I remember Unlock Your Greatness in Sydney, which was absolutely phenomenal. This event's going to be double that, which is going to be really exciting, because there's going to be obviously a lot more people, and it's going to be a lot more power and healing happening, which is beautiful. I remember doing one of the exercises with everyone who was in Sydney, and man, I couldn't contain myself. Like, I'm the speaker, I'm the leader, I'm the one that's on the, like, got the microphone, and I'm trying to do the exercise with you guys, and I'm crying. And I was thinking about it because I'm thinking about London, and I'm like, okay, how are you going to contain yourself, Luke, when you do these exercises and you get emotional? And I'm like, I can't help it. Like, it's so, like, when we go deep into trauma and into pain and into, like, what we experienced in our childhood and what we went through, and we're all together in this congregation of, like, this conference and people, and we're all connected and we're all close, and I take you through these exercises, and I cry. Like, my throat chokes up. You know what I mean? I can't even speak. So I know it's going to be and like, I remember some people at the event in Sydney, and like, all of a sudden you just had people bursting out in tears and just crying, and it's beautiful at the same time, because there's other people. It's amazing actually how this happens, because you don't know what you're called for. And when you come to these events and you're standing next to someone that like starts just bawling their eyes out and they're just releasing and they're just like emotionally expressing themselves, and all of a sudden there's someone there that has your back. And because I witnessed it and I saw people taking like this leadership position of supporting that person that was weeping, that was person that was releasing. And it was a pretty amazing experience, because you didn't know that whoever those people were, they didn't know that they were going to be called to having someone's back. And what that means is like by putting your hand on their shoulder, by just comforting them and letting them know that it's okay. And I remember these moments because I was there speaking and taking people through these exercises and these visualizations and these workshops, and it was pretty extraordinary, and I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to spend more time with everybody in person. So if you haven't got your tickets, guys, don't delay. Go to the link in my profiles on my social media platforms, go to my website, type it into Google, Luke Mindpower, go to my website, get the tickets, because it's going to be a sellout. And if you can't make it, get your virtual live stream tickets as well, because you don't want to miss it. You want to watch it via live stream if you can't make it to London. But it's going to be pretty powerful. Can't wait. But anyway, just this announcement after that, I got another announcement. I just want you guys to know that as much as you live your life, and I'm thinking about my journey. I'm thinking about who I am. I'm thinking about what I do and how I express myself and how I speak. And especially when you hear me the first time, if this is your first time listening to my podcast, or maybe it's not this episode, it's another episode, and you've never heard of me before, or you don't know my story, it's very possible that you could judge me prematurely. You could probably hear me go on a mad rant, and you could probably hear me screaming and yelling and shouting, and like the previous podcast episode, I smashed my hand on the table here. I'll probably do it again on this episode, but not intentionally, just I'm going with the flow. And the purpose of me expressing myself the way that I do is just, again, I'm just always leaning into my true authenticity, which is what I encourage you guys to do the same. But again, I'm just going back to, if you've just tuned in for the first time, maybe you're just watching me for the first time on social media, or maybe you just tuned in the first time on YouTube or whatever platform you're listening to this on, and you don't know my story. I just want to remind you that it's very easy to judge a book by its cover. Most people do that. Basically meaning that you can judge what you see on the outside, but you don't know the full story or the context. And this is what I always talk about. I'm like, you don't know my story. Don't judge me. Who do you think you are? You don't know my pain. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how many years I've had to suffer with my own negative thinking and thinking that I'm not good enough, and all the experiences that I had to go through that made me feel like I wasn't good enough. And you're going to sit there and you're going to try and tell me how I need to speak and who I need to be and what I need to do and how I need to dress and what I need to believe in? Who the are you? So many of us have been through similar situations like I have. And initially you won't understand, and you'll sit there and you'll have your own assumptions and you'll have your own presumptions and you'll make your own judgments. And maybe you even do know me. But you know what you don't know? You don't know my pain. You don't know the internal structure of my life experience. So I will not excuse myself for being who I am. I will not excuse myself for speaking the way that I speak. I will not change myself because it makes you uncomfortable. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I want you to own your authenticity. This is your freedom. We live in a world that will continue to try to force you into a container that doesn't fit you. They'll try and put you in a square box when, you're not made for a square box. You ain't made for no box. You're made to be free. Some people try to put you in a circle, in an octagon, in some star or bullshit. Maybe a shape that's shaped like an octopus. You don't fit in that shit. You don't fit anywhere. That's the scary part about life. That's why it's your responsibility, man, to fit into yourself. to connect with yourself, to be yourself, to appreciate yourself, to accept yourself, to validate yourself, to love yourself, to respect yourself, to own yourself, to know your worth, to know who you are, so that you don't need to look for somewhere to hide. You don't need to look for somewhere to find your safe space. You be your own safe space. You're the one that's living your life for the rest of your life. You're the one. It's your responsibility. You walk around, and when you walk around, you feel peace. You don't look for peace. It's up to you to do the work. Looking for some place over there outside of yourself. I'll find that peace over there. If I could just find some place where they're going to make me feel like I'm accepted and I fit in and I feel included. That's all your past, man. We're looking for that when we're children, man, and a lot of us didn't get it. Instead, we were pushed away, rejected. Even growing up through our teenage years into our adulthood, we continued to be rejected. And all that's happening, rejection is God's redirection. All that's happening is the universe and God is just saying they're not meant for you. You're not meant to hang with them. You're not like them. Don't go in that direction. Stop trying to fit in with these people. Stop trying to be liked by these people. These people are not for you. And you and me, we continued at some point, maybe some of us are still going through it, we continued to try to be loved and accepted by the wrong people. Really, all that was happening as we used the higher power, God, source, universe, the creator, was just going, hey, stop it. Stop going there. They are not your people. Go, I'm going to push you away. Keep pushing you away. I'm going to keep taking you through these experiences because you need to be hurt a little bit. You need to go through some shit. You need to feel the pain. But really what's really happening is, hey, I'm going to push you away because I need to push you closer to yourself, right? That's why, every time, and I learned this from Lisa Nichols, when I started her coaching programs and working in her space, every time someone joined her community, we said, welcome home. And I do the same thing with my coaching programs. Every single time somebody joins our community and joins our group coaching programs, we say, welcome home. Because that's literally what this life is about. Many of us are just lost out there in the matrix, out there in society, out there in the world, and we are lost, psychologically lost, brainwashed, living in a complete dysfunctional state, completely disconnected from our truth, from our alignment, from our purpose, from our greater calling. And somehow, by the grace of God, by this podcast, by the work that I do, somehow, some way, when you're called and you enter this space and you're like, I want to work on myself, and I get the blessing to connect with you personally, and you join our communities, I say, welcome home. It's probably the biggest gift that you can ever give yourself, is to come home to yourself, is to be the one that says, you know what, I lost myself. I gave myself away for too many years. I people pleased I wanted that. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be valued. I wanted to feel appreciated. I didn't know how to do it other than giving to people, other than overextending myself, other than saying yes when I wanted to say no, other than doing things for other people when I really didn't want to do them, but I didn't want to say no. Being in jobs that we really don't like, or being in relationships that we really don't want to be in, but we just don't know how to leave. We're afraid of what people are going to think. We're afraid of what our family's going to think of us. And so we suffer in silence, internally, internalizing this pain and suffering psychologically in your mind. And so you try to suppress it. And then you even try to reason with yourself and confuse yourself that it's okay. But deep down, your intuition actually knows that you're going against yourself. And so you want to pay attention to this, because if you keep going against yourself, you will be one of those people that gets to the end of their life and knows that they lived a lie. That's disgusting. Seriously. And I was talking to one of my private clients today, and I'll share with you this metaphor or analogy, and I hope that this resonates with you. And she asked me, shout out to you, Christine. You're amazing. I'm so proud of you. I don't know if you'll hear this podcast episode, but man, your growth is extraordinary. You are a healer. You're very powerful. And she said, well, what do you think happens when we die? Like, what happens? What happens to our body? Or where do we go? Or do we reincarnate? Like, do we, do we go into a lion? Do we turn into a lizard? Do we turn into a slug? Do we turn into a bird? Like, what happens to the spirit, to the energy? So obviously understand that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just is. You are energy. I am energy. I'm a spiritual being living a human experience. This is a meat suitcase. I am not my body. Yet psychologically, mentally, in your brain, we have been programmed to judge each other on our physical appearance, which is the definition of who we are, correct? Absolutely not. I am not my body. My body is not a representation of who I am and how I define myself and my intelligence and my wisdom and my story. And my body is not a definition of that. It's a meat suitcase. It's a bunch of bones and flesh, organs, muscles, blood vessels. That's what the body is. But what I am is spirit, is energy. This is all there is, right? So when the time comes for the body to dissipate, for the body to die, for the body to expire, that time, what happens? What happens to your spirit? What happens to your energy? Where does it go? And they say that from the ages of 0 to 5 or 6, I heard this somewhere, don't quote me, I don't know where the credit is, but I heard it somewhere, that children can see ghosts and children have this sixth sense. They're able to sense energy at a higher level than adults. They can see spirits and shit. And I'm like, yeah, 100%, I believe it. But then I think it's because they're not so conscious yet. And then as they know, but they haven't been programmed yet, because 0 to 7 or 8 is 80% of your brain, subconscious brain is programmed, right? So because they're still so highly not programmed, that's why they're hypersensitive to that visual energy. And it's almost like as we grow, we fall asleep, we get dumbed down, and then we're just like on autopilot. So what happens, right, to our spirit? What happens to the energy? What happens, So I have this analogy that I think is possible. Obviously, it's not factual. I'm not saying that this is it because I don't know. Just saying, man. But I really believe this, and I like it. It's kind of a mindset. And I hope that if I share this with you, maybe you can adopt this, and maybe this inspires you and motivates you to go all in on your life and to not give up and to not shrink yourself and to take life by the balls and go for it and just like grab it by the horns and just go, let's go, man. Like I'm on, I'm not wasting any more time anymore. I'm not doubting myself anymore. I'm taking action, do whatever it takes to live my best life. Let's go. Actually, there's 2. I'm going to share 2 with you. All right. So let me just write it down so I don't forget. So the first one is, are you listening? You better be listening, man. You better get a piece of paper and a pen. Come over there. Okay, so one mindset is a mindset hack that I use. I believe that one of our missions in life is to make sure that we fulfill this life experience and achieve everything that we were meant to achieve, follow our destiny, our purpose, discover our greatness, and completely reach our potential in this life. I believe that is one of our core purposes as we move forward, to live our dreams, to live our destiny, fulfill it, achieve our destiny, what we were born to do. Whatever that is, we have to find it. That's part of, and you know it because you feel it and you know that you're going in the right direction. Because the possibility can occur this way. If you do not fulfill your destiny, if you do not wake up and transform your life and live your dreams and figure out why you came here in the first place, then when you die, your spirit will get planted into another body that's born, and you will have to do it all over again. Let that sink in. Now, I don't know about you, but I ain't coming back here. After this life, I'm gone. I'm done. I'm wherever the fuck else it goes. I don't know, whatever. But I'm not coming here to live this life again. Not coming here to do this shit again. Go through the same shit I went through in a different body. Fuck that. So imagine that. Imagine that now, where you are in your life right now. Imagine knowing that if you don't get off your ass and change your life and overcome your addictions and your insomnia and your shit life and your depression and your anxiety and your toxic relationships and the relationship that you're in right now that you don't want to be in, and you don't overcome the past and the trauma and the pain and everything that's been holding you back in your life, you're going to keep living the same way, and then you're going to die and you're going to come back and get born and go through the same shit again. If you don't overcome it this time, that's sick. That's disgusting. So if you think about life like that, ladies and gentlemen, that should force you to go, man, no way. And even if it's not true, ladies and gentlemen, it's your responsibility. I talk about mindset a lot. If you don't change the way you think won't change, you'll stay the same. So this is, for me, it's about mindset. How do I create a positive mindset? How do I change my mindset so that I can actually achieve my goals and achieve my future best version of myself, living my best life? That's one way. I just gave you an analogy, a way of thinking. I'm going, fuck that. No way. I'm not coming here doing all this shit again, going through all that shit again that I went through. So now there's like a level of awareness or some sort of urgency to go, oh man, nah, screw that. No way. I'm not going through that shit again. I want to do whatever I can to figure out my purpose, to overcome my fears, my doubts, my insecurities, shit that's holding me back, so I can live in peace and I can create the life that I was born to live. Make sense? Cool. So here's the other one, which I heard from Ed Milet, which I thought was really, really cool. And again, this is about mindset too. So Ed has this analogy that when he gets to the end of his life, he meets the version of himself in heaven that he was supposed to be. And the goal is that when he meets this person that he was supposed to become, all the potential, everything he was supposed to achieve, is looking at the version of Ed of obviously who he is in life, and he's finished his life, and he's looking at him and he goes, congratulations, Ed. You did it. You achieved everything that you were meant to achieve on this journey of your life. Congratulations. And that's one of his goals. So imagine getting there to heaven or wherever you are, right, and the end of your life, and meeting that version of yourself that you were born to be. And this version of yourself is like, so, hey, nice to meet you. So let me show you who you were supposed to become. Well, you were supposed to do this, and you were supposed to do this, and you were supposed to achieve this, and you had this kind of level of intelligence. This was your purpose. This was what you didn't do. This was who you were supposed to become. This was what you were supposed to achieve, and you didn't do any of it. But you had so much potential, greatness, but you never discovered it. You never took the chance. You never believed in yourself enough. You allowed the self-doubt, you allowed the pain, you allowed the people that you were surrounding yourself with to convince you that you couldn't do it. And you got to the end of your life and you met that person and they showed you who you were supposed to be, and you're standing there going, hell. What did I do? And you're actually, I think you'll probably be standing there going, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that. I could feel it inside me. You know, I truly believe that you already know. Even if it's like an inkling, it's less than 1%. It's like a little, it's like here. It's like a little, like this tiniest piece of like feeling, purpose, a calling. There's something inside, man. There is something there inside you. Something inside you. You know it. You haven't found it yet, but it's there. It's there. And you feel it. You feel it, man. You know it. And, you know, maybe you've even been on this journey for a couple years now and you're trying still to like unlock that greatness, and you still know that there's more to come. You haven't found all of it yet. And you're even kind of losing hope a bit. And let me tell you, man, it's there. You got to keep going. It's a good 5, 6, 7 years. Like it's consistency. It's starting now and going, it's okay. It's going to take a while, but I ain't quitting. Once I start, that's it, man. I'm on a new journey. I'm on a new trajectory. I'm on the ascension path. I'm on the evolution path. I ain't coming back anymore. I ain't looking back. I ain't turning my head. I ain't wasting that energy on turning my head. I'm looking forward. I'm looking up. I'm growing. I'm taking action. Yeah, man. Like, looking back just fucks with your neck, Gary V. So be yourself, but use this life. Use it. Don't be one of those people that gets stuck in some new life because you didn't fulfill your destiny and you didn't achieve the goals that you were supposed to achieve because you had too much fear and you had a shit negative mindset because of your past and you never overcame it. And so now you had to come back and do it all again. Or be one of those people that gets to the pearly gates and meets the higher self and they go, sorry, you didn't do it. You couldn't make it. You fucked up. Like you didn't achieve all the goals. You didn't become who you were born to be. You were supposed to be this person. This is who you are. Have a look. And they give you like a 3-minute video of who you were supposed to become and all the things that you were supposed to do in your life and what your life was supposed to be. And you're standing there. You're probably weeping. Standing there probably weeping. Thinking, damn, I knew it all along. There was something greater inside of me, but I didn't have the courage to pursue it. That's why you listen to a podcast like this, because there's at least one person that's listening to this that will wake up, that will be inspired, that will go, you know what, that's exactly what I needed to hear. I was at this point in my life where I needed something. I just needed a little bit of inspiration, some sort of story, something to connect me to that next step for me in my life. And for me, if that's you, message me on Instagram. I want to know. I'm serious. Just message me. Just send me a message. You have Facebook as well. Just message me and just go, Luke, that episode, you said it, and I hope I'm that one person, because sometimes that's all we need to be, just pushed over the edge. You know, a lot of us are just, there's heaps of us actually. We're all on the edge of the mountain, all on the edge of the cliffs. There's thousands of us and we're all standing there and we're looking around and we're scared to jump. Lisa Nichols, in the fear of not falling, you will never fly. In the fear of not falling, you will never fly. And so you will stand there on the edge and you'll wonder what it's like, how it's going to be, how do I live my best life, what's going to happen if I talk about this, how am I going to overcome it, I don't know if I can do it, what is my greatness, what if I get scared, what if I get nervous, what if people judge me, what if I fail? And so we never jump and we never fly. And so you never ever know what's possible for you when you don't get out of your own way. It's actually a big question that I ask all my clients all the time in our coaching program. What is your biggest hurdle right now? And I kid you not, everyone in the chat always writes, me. me. It's me. I look at the comments and I'm like, me. We are the ones that are in our own way. Isn't that weird? Why? Why are we in our own way? You see, you're not actually in your own way. Your brain is in your own way. So many times we get lost in thinking that we are our own mind. You're not. You're not your mind. It's like I say, you are not your thoughts. You're the observer of your thoughts. You pay attention. See your thoughts as waves coming in and going out. Coming in and going out. Every time they come in, you get to choose. Stay or go. Do I like that thought? Nah. If I don't like it, let it go back. It's a negative thought. It's a doubtful thought. Fuck it off, man. It comes in, let it go. And then it's up to you, because if your brain is full of negative thinking, it's just a reflection of your past, a reflection of your environment, a reflection of the trauma, a reflection of the people that you surround yourself, a reflection of the shit that you're watching. And then it's just your level of self-awareness to go, well, how did it get like that? Well, if it got like that, it must have got like that somehow. Well, how do I change that? Or maybe you've got to change your environment. Maybe you've got to change what you're watching. Maybe you've got to change what you're listening to. And over time, stay consistent with that. Repetition is the mother of skill, Tony Robbins. Remember, if you're not in a job that you like, this is your reminder. Work harder on your job. No, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Jim Rohn. Because many of us think, if I work more hours, I'll get paid more. Not realizing that if you work more on yourself, you become more confident, you'll attract more abundance, you'll get on a higher frequency that attracts more into your life, because you become better. When you become better, you attract better. So we're losing this understanding and awareness of energy, of vibration. You become a magnet to that which you resonate with. Resonance, energetic resonance. You become a magnet to that which is on your frequency, on your level. And that's why being on a higher vibrational frequency is going to help you to attract that which you want, that which you're in resonance with, right? So if you're attracting very toxic people in your life and you're allowing that, well, there's work for you to do. Because it's not that we can say, well, but I'm not a toxic person. Well, you're probably an insecure person, probably someone that has a lot of limiting beliefs. There's a reason why you're attracting something that isn't in alignment with what you expect and what you want and what you feel you deserve, but you're tolerating it because you're needy and you feel insecure within yourself and you need to feel loved or validated or some sort of energetic connection physically with someone. So you settle for it because at least it's something, but it's unhealthy, but you still tolerate it. What's that showing about yourself? And so that's why it's so super important. Basically, you are a mirror. The reflection and the reality that you're living is a mirror of your internal structure. So if you have the lack of self-worth, if you have the lack of confidence in yourself, if you have a lot of pain and fear within yourself, you will basically attract that into your life. And so it's your life is worth fighting. Your healing is worth going through. Growing into self-worth and confidence and knowing your worth is one of the best gifts that you can give yourself, because anytime someone comes into your life and isn't able to match your energy or respect you and appreciate you the way that you know, because you know you. You don't sit here and go, well, let me see how other people know me better and they know how to treat me, so I'm going to accept however they treat me because they know how to treat me. No, you know how you deserve because you do the freaking work on yourself. The energy and frequency of love, which is what I talk to you guys about all the time. And if you're not catching on, please catch on to. I've been telling you this over 300 episodes. There might be a couple of episodes where I didn't say self-love, where I didn't say the love, the word, the love. Love, unconditional love, self-love, love yourself. But geez, man, I repeat it all the time. Because when you can embody this kind of self-appreciation, self-compassion, which turns into self-respect and self-confidence, self-validation, everything starts with the self. It starts with you. So you embody it. Because then what happens after you embody it, when you feel yourself, you give to yourself, you see yourself, all of a sudden you're giving yourself attention, which is not normal. You normally give it to other people. But what happens? You have this level of knowing. And then when people come along and they can't match your vibe or match your energy or respect or appreciate you the way that you deserve to be appreciated, you ain't playing. Ain't second guessing, or maybe I'll wait a little bit because maybe they'll change. Fucking change. Hey, it's not your responsibility to wait for people to change. People come into your life, they should be able to respect and appreciate you for who you are, and they should be scared when they come into your life and they feel your power, they feel your confidence, because they know you know who you are. It's either they're going to match that because they're going to be like, oh shit, man, this person is on. This person knows who they are. Right? You ain't going to drop the guard. You ain't going to just let people in just like that. You are connected to your power, to your energy, to your knowing, and you are into the feelings of yourself, the trusting of your intuition. You're so connected to yourself, you can read people. That's how powerful you. When you do this work, ladies and gentlemen, you can read people. It's the best. So good. The deeper that you go within yourself, the deeper that you know other people. It's crazy, man. It's powerful shit. There's no sitting here and connecting with someone and getting to know someone and then being confused about who they are. It's like you will just be able to feel, man. You will feel it. And if they are half switched on, they'll also know, oh, fuck, this person's onto me. Like they're reading me, man. They're switched on. And manipulators and people that try to take advantage of you, they won't fuck with you either. They won't hang around for too long because they know that you're on. You know, and that's why this is worth doing the work on yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to heal your inner child, learning to heal your past pain and all that kind of stuff. Because once you do it, you're just in a place of confidence, self-worth, peace, and you just know it. You know what's up. You know who you are. And then what happens? You don't settle for less. You don't settle for less just because you're too impatient. You know your worth. You're willing to continue to live your life because you're not willing to lose yourself and be a people pleaser and conform to how other people want you to be at the risk of losing yourself. No way. That's called self-destruction. That's just called yuck. It's called shit. It's called disgusting. Like, you have a gift. You are a beautiful soul. And internally, your soul is continuously speaking to you, and it's constantly inviting you to come home. Make some positive choices and decisions in your life that are going to better your mind, that are going to help you reprogram your mind and get control of the way that you think and become very self-aware. And then take the action to learn to heal yourself, to learn to love and accept yourself, because it is the most beautiful journey that you can ever go on, where you can actually allow yourself to flourish and be yourself in this life, in this human experience, where you're not fazed by people's judgments, where you allow people's hate and lack of appreciation or understanding of you to inspire you to go forward and live your best life, not to bring you down and go, oh my God, this person doesn't like me. Oh, I'm going to stop my life. I'm going to stop my life because these people don't like me. F that, man. Seriously. Like, listen to yourself. I don't know if I should do it because they told me I can't do it. What? What are your thoughts? What do you think about it? Like, how do you feel? What, your feelings aren't important? What you think about yourself is not important? What you know about what you want to do doesn't make sense? You know, we get so like, I know they love you, but they're your family. But I've known them for 10 years. But you've been with you all your life. You know you the best. No one knows you like you. You've been living in your body all your life and you're confused. Yeah, that's why it's worth doing this work. Because you don't want to be confused with yourself. Many of us have been through like some bullshit for so long that we are confused about who we are. That's the first, like, that should be the biggest sign for yourself to go, I've got to do something about it. to be living your life and to get lost from yourself. So it's a complete disassociated state completely. It's like you're not even in your own body. You're like out there. You're seeing yourself in third person or whatever it is, looking inwards like, oh, who's that over there? Oh, there's this person sitting down over there. Like I'm sitting over there on that chair looking at me doing a podcast. I'm not in my body. I'm not connected to my spirit. I'm not aware of my thoughts. I'm completely lost. I believe in complete transformation. I believe in the power of your mind. I believe that you are not your past. You are not the generational trauma. I believe that you are not the diseases that your family had 30, 40, 50 years ago. I believe that if you believe in something, that you can completely heal yourself, that you can completely change your life. I believe in having an open mind. I believe that there's nothing that's impossible. And if you want something, you can achieve it by the power of your mind, by the way that you think, by the action that you take, by the people that you surround yourself with. And if you're willing to take some risks in this life, then you will achieve your greatness. You will live your purpose. You'll freaking step into your calling. You'll get into alignment and you'll move away from everything and anything that disturbs your peace, and you'll never ever go back there again. And that's one of the reasons why I just don't even think about the past. I might talk about it because I want to share with you some stories so you understand about life and about what I went through and about how I left everything behind because I knew there was something greater in me that I didn't know about, and I was willing to fucking go for it and not look back. And that may have hurt some people because it may have confused people. Like, what happened to Luke? Why did he just leave? How did he just do that? Why did he just pack up his shit and leave? Why did he just stop doing what he was doing? Why did he just let go? Why did he not even tell us what he's doing? Why didn't he explain himself? He just was ready. It was his time. And he moved. And we get stuck in that space of, oh, if I make these changes, what am I going to tell everyone? If I do what I'm doing, what am I going to? And sometimes we get lost because we're just like, oh, I need that closure from that person, or I need to hear from that person, or, you know, I need that person to explain themselves. Why did they just disappear? And at the end of the day, I mean, it's no disrespect to anyone, but it's just all respect to me. All respect to my future, all respect to my success, all respect to my life. And I know that people can look at it and go, you're so selfish. And I'm like, yeah, I love me too much, man. I know, but don't you care about those people? No, I just care about myself more. I gave my life to that life. I gave my life to those people. I spent a lot of time, you know. Why don't you look at being grateful for the time that I spent with these people? Instead of going, well, why did you explain yourself? Why don't you just sit there and be grateful? Wow, that was amazing. I don't know what happened to him, but it looks like he's doing all right. Go on social media, have a look at what he's doing and go, wow, he must have, you know, really wanted to change his life, and he did. And I'm just so blessed that I got to spend 10 years with the guy. Wow, that's amazing. Instead of being so negative and like, oh, you know, it would have been nice if he'd just come and explain himself. You know what I mean? Like, just people are always looking for this, I need this closure. I need to know what happened. And it's like, I need to communicate. It's like, if you were a priority, maybe you would have heard from me. But after all the time that I spent with so many people and the giving that I did of my energy, my time, my life, man, I was done. I was like, F this. I want me. Excuse me for going all in. Excuse me for saying yes to me for once in my life and saying, you know what, my future is in my hands. Excuse me for saying that I'm the most important person in my life and I want to love me the most, and ain't no one going to come and save me. Ain't no one going to go through the shit that's going to help me to grow and become the best version of myself. Ain't no one going to be consistent like me. Ain't no one ever going to understand my story, my pain, or everything that I've been through. No one's going to do that. No one knows it either. So I go and do it myself. Does it need an explanation? If you're so interested, go on Google and look for me and go and listen to my podcast. And sit there and go, wonder what happened to Luke. Go on Google and type in my name. And then listen to my podcast, listen to the stories. You could be ignorant if you want. I don't know. Go listen if you're so interested. You don't have to be stupid about it. And the thing is, if there's anyone from my past that's listening, I'm not even talking to you. I'm just using this as an example of like what I did, and it's up to you how to do shit, man. How do you exit this old life into this new realm? How do you do it? Do it your way. Don't sit here and go, let me create a plan and figure out how I can do this in the best possible way. When it's time for you to grow, evolve, and step into your power and step into the new version of yourself, step into a new life, it's time, mate. Don't waste time. Don't sit around and question how you're going to do it. Just go. You don't owe shit to anyone. You owe everything to yourself. And you've been around, man. You've been around for people. You've been around for a lot of people. You've been a people pleaser. You've said yes to so many people. And how many times have you said yes to you consistently over a consecutive amount of days and years where all of a sudden your whole life changed because you poured into you for once? Probably not a lot. Why? Because again, you know, we gravitate to community, and we want to fit in, and we want to be around people, and we want to be accepted, and we want to have that connection, physical connection, human connection. We thrive off it. We're emotional beings. Yeah, I get it. But you also got to find a balance in giving yourself a little bit of self-respect, self-improvement, solitude, so that you can really ground yourself in your truth and your authenticity of who you are, and get yourself to that place where you know yourself. Once you know yourself, then you can slowly integrate yourself back into your communities and your friends and whatever. And by that time, you'll probably only have a small circle anyway, because you only want the people that really switched on and get you, because not everybody will, and you'll realize that, and that's good. Your energy is currency. It's expensive. As you grow and you build your self-worth, you'll understand that your energy is currency and you're not accessible to everyone. You're very, very valuable. And as you increase your self-worth, as you increase your value, you decrease your accessibility. Because the truth is, not everybody deserves to be around you. Not everybody can love and appreciate you the way that you deserve to be appreciated. And so then you kind of set your boundaries, man. You're not open. The doors aren't open all the time. You're doing these ones. People are knocking and you're like, let me have a look and see who it is. Nah, lock it again. Guys, it's been a blessing to spend some time with you. Please don't give up on yourself. I'm here for you. You can message me, transform, the word transform. You want to work with us, I'm here for you to help you to completely change your life. It's a very easy process. Connect with my team. See if we can help you to change your life. And if you do qualify, I look forward to working with you. I'm sending you so much love. I'll see you in November in London. Get your tickets. The link is in the description below. Unlock your greatness. It's going to be absolutely powerful. I can't wait to see you then. And of course, I can't wait to see you on the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget to share this on your Instagram stories and tag me as well. I love sharing my podcast, that everybody's listening to it on my Instagram as well. I can't wait to hear from you guys, and also leave some 5-star ratings and reviews on the Apple Podcast platform and the Spotify platform as well. That really helps as well. Send me back some love. I much appreciate it. And guess what? I'll catch you on the next episode. See you soon. Peace.